Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wade Premier League Darts, coming to you live from Belfast! All brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. Well, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, the former Premier League champion who is simply known as the G.G.Wade! Would you please welcome the two-time back-to-back former champion of the world, Jackpot, Adrian,
Third match of the evening, James Wade against Adrian Lewis. Crucial battle, Wayne Mardle, in the battle for a playoff place. Both locked on 13 points.
Well, yeah, they are, and there's a clutch of players, isn't there, that are all within sort of touching distance of the third and fourth spot, along with Gary Anderson as well. It's an important game for James Wade because he's played one more game than Adrian, but Adrian would just want the points on the board, and if you can get to 15 and have a game in hand over James, it could be telling in the end. But James hasn't played particularly great against Adrian the last few times. He's lost the last twice in the Premier League. The last meeting they had was when they both had 9 darts at a double for Adrian to get the win, which he did eventually, but James missing the draw. So there was drama to the very end, and I'm expecting this to go to the last leg as well. A
lot of history between these two. The young guns burst onto the scene pretty much the same time.
Yeah, they did. They've played each other quite a lot of times. I think it's the best part of like 40 odd times. And when you think they're both still very young, because they've been around for a long time and the top echelon of the game as well, they're two quality operators. It really could go either way. It's a tough one to call.
Let's hand over to Rod Harrington and Rod Studd.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Wayne. Yes, in my opinion, the most important match of the night. Both players on 13 points, looking to hunt down a top 4 finish. I think almost everybody you talk to thinks that 3 of the qualifiers are going to be Phil Taylor, Michael Van Gerwen and Gary Anderson. That leaves 1 chair available when the music stops. And these two are trying to get a seat when we reach the O2 in May. It's a crucial game, isn't it, Rob, this one, for both players?
Yes, it certainly is, because as Wayne said, James Wade has already played that extra game However, with Peter Wright losing this evening, that has eased the situation a little bit, as we see Adrian Lewis firing the first one of the night. And if Lewis starts hitting it early on, then perhaps the real Adrian Lewis will turn up. But you say that, Rodders, with Gary Anderson, if he loses to Michael van Gerwen this evening, that gives him a little bit of a problem.
The next match, oh, unlucky Adrian. Next match, yep, is Gary Anderson against Michael van Gerwen, and then after that, Van Barneveld and Thornton toe the hockey for the second time tonight. He doesn't need to go 51 for Bull.
Well, I certainly like the 25 of that last dart, James. Would have guaranteed you 2 darts at a double instead of 1. However, if he does hit the treble, he will get 2 darts.
Treble 8, normally the target for Wade to leave tops. And he has 2 in his hand. 1 will do. James Wade has made a very impressive start here.
Yes, that's a very exceptional leg on your throw to kick the game off. And the one thing he is solid. If you don't play at the top of your game, normally you are going to lose to James Wade.
Well, indeed, very solid player. It's a clash of styles in a sense, Rod, isn't it? The natural flamboyance, the ease of throw of Adrian Lewis, and James Wade, the machine, the mechanical action, the trigger movement, and a man who will wring every ounce of his ability out of himself. And when he packs up, he'll be able to look in the mirror and say, hey, that was the best I could do, and you can't fault a man for that.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Football in terms in my day, Kevin Keegan is playing George Best here.
Adrian makes that look so easy as he picks off a couple of treble 19s. Yes, as Wayne and Dave were saying, extraordinary game when they met earlier on in the competition. Turned into a missed double-a-thon. And they were both missed about 57 attempts at double in the final leg. Wade was looking for a draw. Lewis eventually got the win.
Yes, that was an incredible leg by 2 talented players. It was like watching Cuddle down the pub. But Lewis is going to get 3 darts at the 108 when he returns. All Wade he can do, he needs a 60 here really, which he hasn't found, so it is 6 darts now for Lewis to level it up. Oh, double 16 it was. The double 16 he got.
We saw before the match some of the magical memories of Adrian Lewis's 2 World Championships. James Wade will feel, Rod, that one of them should have been his. That semi-final, the infamous Gone with the Wind semi-final.
Yes.
Which Wade led 5-1 and lost 6-5, and then Lewis went on to win the final against Andrew Hamilton.
135.
Yes, and no offence to Andy Hamilton, I think whoever was going to win out of the 2, it would have been, they would have gone on and won that. But Wadey at 5 sets to 1 up should have closed out. But he needs to start finding a couple of trebles. He's got to get daylight between himself and Lewis, because Lewis would just turn up and fire in a few trebles himself, and that's how dangerous Lewis can be.
Well, the Wade throw now is under considerable pressure. Just hasn't been able to find the treble here, and even if Lewis doesn't go out here, still you feel going to be in very good shape at the end of the visit. Well, he will be now, and he is now.
A beautiful setup from Adrian Lewis, gives him 2 darts at the double. And James Wade's previous visit without a treble has caused him to be on the verge of losing his throw. Well, it should be 2. I think he prefers the double top. No, he's gone double 16. Double 16 it is for the second time. That's 100% on the doubles for Adrian Lewis, and that's a breaker throw.
Oh my.
100.
And 2 lugs on the spin for Adrian Lewis. And whatever happens, even if he wins, he'll stay in 3rd spot behind Michael van Gerwen on leg difference, the world number 1, to play the world champion Gary Anderson next. But he really will have enhanced his playoff prospects.
140.
Well, certainly the rhythm of those last 3 darts from Adrian Lewis was absolutely superb. Beautiful tempo. And when he's in that sort of mood, he can beat anyone. And coming up, the world champion takes on the world number 1, Michael van Gerwen, against Gary Anderson. And, well, what a prospect that is. Mouth-watering.
Yeah, repeat of the final from last May.
140.
Anderson upset the odds to retain his title.
60. James
To win the title and then go on to regain his world title. Some period of darting dominance in the big events from Gary Anderson, looking to go back-to-back in the Premier League and the World Championship in the space of a couple of years. Incredible.
You know, that's another visit at a real crucial time for James Wade, where he's not managed to pick off a treble.
65. James Wade, 82.
He needs that bullseye to give himself 2 darts at a double. Well, now it's 17 for tops to get the breaker throw back. 2 legs apiece. This will be for James Wade, and that's I have to say it's a bit of a pull.
Oh, 2 at double 8 now for Jackpot. 3
3
darts thrown at double. All 3 have gone in. And Lewis has won 3 on the trot. That time he needed a missed dart at tops from Wade to give him the chance, but boy did he take it.
100.
A lot of James's first darts are going low, and it's causing him just to push him a little bit. He needs to just keep that machine-like rhythm going. He just tends to go up on that left toe to get the height. Well, he's switching this time, which is an easier target than 19s. He should do that more often.
96.
Adrian Lewis has been keen to point out, and he's right to point it out also, that the only players that have beaten him in the Premier League this year are the 3 players ranked higher than him in the world rankings, namely Van Gerwen, Taylor and Anderson.
105.
No one else has beaten him. There was a draw last week against Peter Wright, but apart from that, he's won every single game.
98.
Well, I don't understand the 25 from James. Admittedly, it makes it an even number, but a treble 20 would have been far better. You've got to score as much as you can and get down there, especially against the scoring power of Adrian Lewis. Now, if Lewis sets it up, which he did last time.
94. James Wade, 140.
Well, Wade again in trouble on his throw, and he's not going to take it out, so Lewis returns. He's already taken the 76 out, the leg 2 with 2 clean darts. Oh, it's the previous leg, sorry.
And the same result, the same scenario, the same outcome. Adrian Lewis, 4 darts thrown at double, 4 successes.
123.
Well, here we have that first dart low. This time he has found the treble on both occasions. He can't afford to make any mistakes now, James Wade, with Lewis in this sort of mood.
82.
The only player to have beaten Michael van Gerwen in the 2016 Premier League. He did so at Leeds on opening night, James Wade. But he's finding Adrian Lewis a bit too hot to handle.
100.
You see that little push again, and that causes what you're trying to do. You're trying to get more height in the dart because you know you're coming low. But what he's doing is actually causing him to go low because he's losing his rhythm. Just needs to keep his foot firmly on the ground, the left foot, and just let all the action. Just like Adrian Lewis, you're not seeing him push the darts. It's a nice fluent throw from the Jackpot.
Yeah, Wade just cannot get the first dart right, can he? And then everything else is following on from there. All the problems are starting with the first dart.
It's absolutely killing him. He just cannot. If it was just above the treble and missing, yeah, absolutely perfect. But he can't find that treble from a block of dart. And like I said earlier on, he should be using the treble 19 a lot more.
Well, a pause from Wade. He knows how important this long-range finish is, and it won't go. So Lewis coming back now for a 5th consecutive leg win. It was 1-0 down not long ago. Oh, now then, he's hit his first 4 darts at double and suddenly he misses 3 off the reel.
A chance for James Wade to get back in this match. Double 18 it is. He's just won to break a throw down now. What he needs to do is put in a big strong leg. Just put AD on the back foot a little bit. No, it doesn't come any better than that for a first dart. And that's why it's easy to follow when the first dart is in the right position.
Well, 54. If you've watched Adrian over the years and been mesmerised by his brilliance, you can also be baffled by how suddenly he can oscillate from 95 brilliance to baffling stuff. You wouldn't have expected him to miss all 3 at double the way he was throwing.
121.
It's just opened the door back open to James Wade. Lewis still in command, mind you, 4-2 up with a break advantage.
Yes, I don't know why James's second dart weren't at the 19s, because he could have walked off with 96 there to leave 130.
85.
Instead, the second dart was deflected in the 20. There still is a check out. It's the second biggest on the board. He doesn't need to go for it, but he needs to set it up.
83.
The problem with this, with the Lewis's talent, he can easily go up and fire in a 180 and put you right under pressure.
140.
This is to get back within a single leg of the former world champion. 14 for Bull. Oh, now leaves double 11 then.
73. Adrian 101.
Double 12 for a 5-2 lead, and this time he's missed, so Wade gets another chance. 2 more darts, and they will be at double 4. No messing around this time. Now this is a real crucial leg for Adrian Lewis.
And he knows it.
140.
A game that he was in complete command of at 4-1 and with 3 darts in his hand at a double. Had any of them hit, he'd have gone 5-1 up. He missed.
16.
Wade swooped and then has won the 7th leg as well. As it stands, Lewis, one of 3 players on 13 points. Gary Anderson and his opponent here, the other 2.
Yes, the worst way James Wade has got to get a draw. A loss here is not going to do him any favours. There we have it right, losing his match, stays on 11 points.
18.
Well, it's been a solid leg from Adrian Lewis. Even with that bounce out, he's left 141 after 9 darts. Well, he should convert this position into a 5-3 lead. Well, that will leave him 56.
Again, Wade's gone into that mode of getting the first dart low, although he has found the treble on 2 occasions. So a little bit of pressure on Adrian Lewis. 2 darts, a double top. If he's going to miss just above, oh, that was a bit of a snatch. 80. Well, Wade, you have to say, Rodders, is one of the kings at taking out these sort of checkouts under pressure. Just over the 100.
Needs to find the treble 19, and he has, so double 12 to level this match, incredibly, from nowhere. This match is all square. Adrian Lewis, having hit his first 4 darts at double, has missed his last 6 consecutively. It has been from feast to famine on the doubles from Lewis, and from 4-1 up and looking odds-on to go 5-1, it's all square. And you have to say, typical James Wade. Hanging around in darts matches he has no business being still in.
Yes, I have to agree with you. With his talent, you know, he should just push on. He makes it look so easy. One of the rawest talents in the game. He just needs now, Adi, just to put a couple of legs together. Well, preferably 3 legs with level 12s, which he's quite capable of doing. And with darts like that, he should follow it up, should be at least a 140, and that's where Adi's just dipped over these last 2 or 3 legs.
Well, James Wade is still fighting the problem he's had with his first dart. He's getting it right occasionally now. He was struggling with it all the way through the match, but he's fought his way through the problems he's had, and now has a chance to go in front for the first time since he won the first leg. Bullseye! Seeing is believing here in Belfast as Wade leads 5-4.
Well, he's gone 101, 1-2, 1 out as James Wade. Perhaps the 1-2-1 has woken Adrian Lewis up. Needs to get the power scoring going that he possesses.
100.
Well, we've seen several legs this evening kicked off with the maximum. Oh, and that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, here we go. And the 144 is a lot easier way of hitting the 9 dart. If the first dart is perfect, he's got line and length for the second treble.
The man who's had a 9-darter in a World Championship final. Now on in the Premier League in Belfast. Yes, double 12. Yes!
Last.
The 9-dart leg. The darting holy grail. He finds it in Belfast. Wonderful scenes, wonderful darts from the mercurial talent that is Adrian Jackpot Lewis.
And we have to say, Rodders, that is typical Lewis. Has a mediocre 2 or 3 legs and then fires in.
100.
And at last, we've had a 9-darter in this year's Premier League. Can we have it back to back?
Oh,
yes, please.
Deary me. No one has ever had 9-darters in consecutive legs, though Michael van Gerwen came with an ace of doing it in the World Championship, ironically against James Wade.
100.
Magical.
Well, that 144, as I said, is an easier route for that reason. He's got line and length off the first dart, and it was absolutely perfect. I know it's silly to say that they were all 9 perfect darts, because sometimes you do get a dart that squeezes in the corner, but they were absolutely perfect from Jackpot.
And now the switch is flicked by Lewis as he piles in another maximum. What a strange game it's been. He was 4-1 up, then he was 5-4 down. Then the 9-dart leg. Now a chance to go back in front again. Well, it's still on. It's 90, so treble 20. Well, yes, double 18 from the treble.
81.
Well, this is to hold the throw. We've seen a 101, a 1-2-1 from James Wade, and this is so important. It's to hold his throw. Oh, that's covered a bit. Yeah, he's got to go treble 16. He can't afford to take a deflection going for the treble 20. Oh, so Lewis is going to come back. Now the double 18, the double 9, sorry, is not the best double on the dartboard. Sometimes you can be a little bit too cautious with the first dart and put it way outside and split it with the second. So Adrian, you've got to attack it, hit it with the first dart.
Adrian Lewis.
Lewis back in front. 6-5. And full credit off the back of the 9-dart leg. He kept his focus.
Wow.
Well, if Anthony Josh was looking for a next opponent, I mean, dearie me. Adrian's giving it the big one there, Rodney.
A very large one. Yeah, you don't see AD do that too often. A couple of fist pumps, but that was some raw adrenaline running through the veins of Adrian Lewis there. You know, we're dart fans, we love this game. We just wish that Lewis could find that form that he showed in these last few legs all the time. He would be, well, what would he not win?
Well, Wade continues to scrap away here. He's showing his tungsten tenacity.
85.
Still got a chance of a draw here, remember. It's a bit like their previous meeting, when Lewis led 6-5 and managed to get it done in 12. Oh, this could be the big body blow if he can find another treble, and he can. Careful, Adrian, careful, careful.
Yeah, it's a very tiny leg at the moment from Lewis. Double top after 12. Oh, Wade, the treble 17. It's the treble 17 ball for the draw from James Wade. Oh, I thought it was in. I thought it was in when it was pitching.
Incredible. Tops for Lewis for the match to bring the curtain down on a classic. Can he? You bet he can! Adrian Lewis has had a night to remember in Belfast. A 9-dart leg and a wonderful win over a tenacious James Wade. It puts Lewis in great shape to qualify for the finals. But it's been a magical night. The 9-dart leg for Adrian Jackpot Lewis.